Hello there, Aquarius. It's Stacy, and I'm coming to you today from southern Mississippi. So I am just going to light a couple candles real quick. Alright, so there's one, and there's two. Alright, so today this is a very special reading. Keeping an eye open, because this is for my sisters. I have two sisters that are both Aquarius, so of course it's for all Aquarians, but part of the reason why I started doing this is because a lot of my siblings and family are Virgos, and I too am a Virgo. So I really enjoy doing this. It brings a lot of people a lot of peace whenever they're feeling upheaval, and hopefully that I can help you today. So let's see what's crossing you, Aquarius. What is crossing Aquarius? Alright, Sun, Moon, and Aquarius is, let's see, what is Aquarius? Air, Swords, alright, Sun, Moon, and Venus. Sun, Moon, and Love. Alright. Okay, so first things first, shuffled, cut the deck, bing bang boom to the moon. Alright, so the first card we've got is the Three of Pentacles. The second card that we're pulling today is the Death card. Alright, and the third is the Fool. This is underneath the Truth is revealed. Alright, so there may be a fool in your midst, or you might be walking into a foolish situation. Or you might just be skipping along a little bit too close to the coastline there. Alright, so your final outcome is the Hierophant card, and this says Taurus right there on the card. So it's basically a loss of progress, some issues. And for your final outcome, that's not good, but it is 2020 and it is what it is. We're not all doing super great in 2020. Things are not going as planned. So let's go ahead and pull, let's pull from the Narcissist deck and see what kind of issues we might be dealing with, since we have this Hierophant here, perched on the throne, leader of the flock, leading the flock with comfort. And it says it's a good alliance, though. It's a good alliance. So that's a good thing. Alright, let's skip that one then and go with the Oracle deck, okay? Because we really want to... I like to do a positive deck first. So we've got the issue at hand, and then we've got the problem and the solution. Alright, so then what crosses you? What crosses you? Aquarius, what's crossing you? Chronos. Time. Chronos is the god of time, which means probably that it's just time is going by a little bit slow in 2020. A lot of us are just dying to get out of the house. Those of us that are taking this whole pandemic seriously, the immediate future, it says there may be some obstacles to overcome. having to do with fire and passion. So your love life might be a little rocky. You might be having some issues. Ooh, that's not a good one. Pay pig. Alright, the pay pig is when you get yourself in a situation where you owe your boss money. And it doesn't have to be your boss, but typically it's where you get yourself in a situation where you have to pay somebody that you're working for, and then you don't get any check because you owe them money. So, sorry, there's some skeeters trying to attack me. Alright. Final outcome. Take a new path. Alright. And the Hierophant is the previous card on the final outcome, which is kind of a religious priest. So it's saying take a new path. Maybe your church or whoever it is that you depend on for advice if you're not a churchgoer. Alright, so I'm really torn here between the Hermetic deck and the Narcissist deck, but let's go with the Hermetic deck because we have quite a few problems that are already popping up. So I don't know if we need to throw any more Narcissist cards in there. That might really, you know, spin this for a loop. We'll see what the Hermetic deck has to say about the solutions, and then if it still is leaving questions, then we'll pull a couple cards from the Narcissist deck to see if there might be some narcissist that's driving all these problems. Alright, so the Hermetic deck is based on ancient alchemy. It was first used in Greece, and of course it's not tarot at all. It is it's the laws that the ancients went by, and it has to do with balance and things of that nature. Alright, so Hermetic philosophy, and the person who was quoted of writing a lot of information about it was Hermes. Alright, so your first card under what crosses you is the law of association, and then the second card is the law of attraction, and the third card is the law of polarity. And then we also have the law of infinite universe. Alright? Alright. Alright, so let's take a look at these cards. So under what crosses you, we've got the Three of Pentacles, which is an earth sign. Earth signs are Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Alright, so this person is a hard worker, and let me make sure I'm getting this right, okay? The work is being accomplished. Tradition, practical, skillful, developed, talented. Oh, Mars and Capricorn. Okay, so right now Mars is retrograde. So Mars is like very Martian, just like you would hear martial law, where the law is kind of taking over. You might be feeling this way, or you might have someone putting this on you, putting the law on you. Okay, so it says that they're skillful, they've developed their talents. It's in the 10th house of careers and work, so it might be someone that has, you know, it may be somebody that you work with. They have high status and manifestation, cardinal modality, alright, and ambition and success. So this could be you, or this could be someone that you're dealing with, but it's probably always someone that you're dealing with unless you're causing your own problems, because this is what crosses you. And the issue that we're facing is time. So you might be having these issues because of a time crunch, which kind of sounds like work to me, because the law of association is the last card, and it says if two things have two things in common, then the same thing can control both. Every particle in the I'm sorry. It says the same thing can control both. So every particle in the universe affects each other. So if you're doing this over here and you think that it's not going to affect someone way over here, you're wrong. Everything that you do, everything that you say, everything that happens, it's kind of like the butterfly effect. It's going to affect you. It's going to cause you issues. Don't ever do or say anything unless you're willing to say it straight to their face, or unless you want someone to find out about it, basically. Alright, so the immediate future, we've got the death card. Now, death does not always mean death. Sometimes it's just an end, just a transformation, a change. It could mean that you're about to repeat some mistakes that you've had in the past. So make sure that you're cleaning out your car and before you go on a road trip. Okay, that was personal. But it could be a spiritual transformation, a profound loss. You might be dealing with a profound loss. You might be letting go, or just letting something come to an end. It could have to do with mortality. Someone that you love might be, coming to the end of their days. Maybe you know it. Maybe it's not really something that you're in denial of, but whatever it is, whether it's a relationship or a job or a habit, it said it can also be breaking bad habits. Whenever it does come to an end, there's going to be a new beginning. But it says under fire and passion that there may be some obstacles to overcome. So how are we going to overcome it? The law of attraction. Alright, so the law of attraction basically states that, and churches use this in all the time, whenever they try to get you to put money, like I bought a book on a law of attraction, right? And basically I read this huge book, and at the end they wanted a donation. I'm like, what? I already paid for this book. Why would I donate money now? But they're saying that the law of attraction will allow you to, whatever you give, you will receive. So if you put forth tenfold, then you'll get tenfold back. Alright? So, the truth revealed is the Fool card. I really don't like this card. A lot of people feel like this is a good card, but to me, this means that you are walking along, playing your flute, and on the edge of a cliff. See how close you are to the cliff? And then there's a little doggy right next to you. So this doesn't necessarily mean that this is you. But to be honest with you, the last time I pulled this card for an Aquarius, they did end up in jail not too terribly long later. So please, pay attention to what you're doing, what you're saying, especially if you're crossing state lines. Pay attention, because right now Mars is in retrograde, and we're just experiencing a lot of laws. Like, you can see law enforcement is really pushing their boundaries every day, and I am not saying that it's okay because the planets are aligning this way. It's definitely not okay, but we should all be careful. It says that it represents Uranus, and upright is in the in the beginning, there's innocence, spontaneity, free spirit. So, you know, you just got to be careful whenever you're having a good time, basically. Alright, and this is where the pay pig comes in. Alright, this is really strange because, you know, it is exactly that kind of situation where you're not planning or thinking or doing right. Whenever you end up in a situation where you owe somebody money and they're like, well, I do have this job. If you want to take it, I'll give you the money, okay? And then, you know, before you know it, you're stuck in a job you're not getting paid for because you owe somebody money. So be careful. This is slippery slope right here, literally on the edge of a cliff. And then the law of polarity is the truth that's revealed. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. So for every superhero, there is a arch nemesis, right? Alright, so polarity is also like the Earth has its poles. If there's the North, then there's the South Pole. So it's balance. It has to do with gravitational pull and just so much gravity on that one little card right there. Polarity is balance. So what I feel like what this is saying is the truth is that whatever you're doing that might be sketchy or spontaneous, just to be careful, because you definitely don't want to end up somewhere where you might, you know, owe somebody money and they hold it over your head. Ooh, that's scary. I don't like that at all. Okay, so the final outcome is loss of progress, perched on a throne, leader of the flock, leading the flock with comfort and mercy, with a good alliance. Alright, so that's the wonderful thing about churches is whenever you are part of a church, you have this huge alliance of people that have your back. And if you don't have that church, then if you are in a sales position, or if you're in a position where you really need help, you're moving, you're whatever it is you're doing, if you have this group of people that helps you, whether it be your church or your friends or your associates that you work with or whatever, this will help you to get along in life. You're going to be more successful. And actually, studies show that if you're part of a church, then you're most likely more happy, believe it or not. So the final outcome is the Hierophant, which is also lining up with Taurus, and it says take a new path. So maybe your old church or your old ways need to change, okay? So I don't know if you didn't go to church or if you did, or whatever the situation. The whole idea behind it is progress, okay? And then the law of infinite universes, total number of universes is infinite. So basically this is just saying to me that the universe is limitless. There is, you know, infinity amount of opportunities, and, you know, don't underestimate yourself, and make sure that you take that path, whatever it is that is in front of you. Alright, so this truth revealed here, the Fool card and the Pay Pig and the polarity, that's really giving me the heebie-jeebies all over. And it makes me want to pull a narcissist card. Maybe a couple. Let's just see if there's someone or something or an action that might be causing this truth to be revealed. Alright, so I feel like spontaneity often does get us in trouble. Like, you know, nobody ever plans to get in trouble or hurt their leg or anything like that. Nobody ever plans anything that is going to end in something horrible, but sometimes it happens. So just be extra careful, especially with the COVID going around. Don't be naive. Alright, so let's see. Ooh, okay. What's crossing you? Alright, so this goes with the time card, Chronos, and it's sitting right next to the Three of Pentacles, the hard worker, and the law of association is hypersensitive. So hypersensitive is such a touchy subject because, you know, you can't say anything to somebody who's hypersensitive. Anything you say can even be twisted and used against you forevermore. So the next one, toxic. So in your immediate future, the Death card, there may be some obstacles to overcome. The law of attraction and toxic. So it looks to me like you might be attracting some toxic people into your life. Sometimes, especially if you're holding a very, very high position, you know, there's going to be a lot of egotistical and, you know, very narcissistic people at the top. They don't get there for no reason. Definitely not. So just be careful. I wouldn't say walk on eggshells. Definitely not. But there it is, the overt narcissist. So that might be the pay pig that we're talking about. Alright? So if you get yourself in a situation where you feel like you need to ask your boss for a raise or for money, do not, you know, don't call your family, call your friends, call everybody else, but don't call your boss, okay? Because that overt narcissist is somebody who, the covert is like the undercover narcissist, but overt is, they are very upfront. You're gonna know immediately that they're a narcissist. They're not gonna hide it from you at all. And that means that they're probably gonna hold it over your head for helping you, which, you know, I've been that person who has had to hold it over someone else's head whenever you've helped him out and they didn't want to pay you back, and it is not a good feeling either. You just try to avoid that situation, whether you're the person someone's asking for money for or not. You know, the whole situation is bad. So, you know, of course we all want to help our family or friends, but sometimes situations cause issues. Alright, and the Hierophant, take a new path, and the law of infinite universe, and the Narcissist card that goes with it is stuck together. OCD. So this person that you're dealing with might be OCD. They might be obsessive, compulsive, or they might have the disorder. So, you know, that can cause some issues too, because, you know, I have a little bit of OCD. I try to do my job 100% to the fullest, but if you are focused on this one task at hand and you're not paying attention to all the other junk piled up behind you, then you're not going to get everything done on time. So you definitely want to take those horse blinders off, and even if your pile of junk is halfway to the roof, you know, you can't go through every single little item and decide what you're going to do. You have to, you know, maybe put it into bigger categories, or, you know, OCD is just like such a huge issue that there's not just one particular thing that you can do to overcome it. It's a lot of little things, but letting go of things that drive you crazy is one of them. For my angel card tonight. We're going to pull one angel card. I don't discriminate against the angels, so this might not be the best angel, but we're going to pull an angel card anyway. Alright, just because we've got the Death card, we've got the Fool card, we've got hypersensitive, toxic, narcissistic, OCD. We've got a lot of really, really rough cards here, and the Pay Pig is really freaking me out, so I'm going to call on an angel to watch out for you. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. So, another thing I recently found out is that every single tarot card is associated with more than one angel. So for I actually only looked up my sign, but there was like 7 angels associated with my sign and my planet Mercury. So all of the tarot cards are based on that, and so your sign actually has more than one angel that's associated with it. And I found that very comforting, actually. Alright, so we're getting Archangel Gabriel. Color ray is white. Moon, water, moonstones, pearls, aquamarine. And the day is Friday. Alright, mark your calendars, y'all. Name of the first heaven, leadership, virtue, purity, assume your leadership power, the holy messenger. So Gabriel's watching over you, and Jophiel, the Archangel Jophiel, the beauty of God, feminine, prayer for positivity, creativity, and clean your space, clean your energy, use feng shui. Alright, if you're not familiar with feng shui, it can really change your life. Definitely having the energy flowing through your house is not my strong suit, but it can definitely change your whole life. If you are not familiar with feng shui, I highly suggest that you Google it, and it has some extremely good points, especially if you're OCD. And maybe you want to hold on to every little thing that you've ever gotten from your family or your friends. This will definitely help you to overcome your OCD tendencies. If that's you, this could be somebody else that you're dealing with. But if it's you, then definitely that can help. It also says the Archangel Ariel, the Lioness of God. Rose quartz is their environmental elements and protection, and this is an angel of protection. Alright, so I'm calling on Ariel to protect you from all of these crazy things that are in this reading. Hopefully, hopefully not all of these things are going to resonate with everyone, but if so, I will be, it says be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. I have done that recently. Sometimes it's hard, but you have to do that. And you all have a wonderful night.